Hi, I am Kimberly Carter. I am a Gen Z leadership specialist and I am a life coach. And on this channel and on every platform that I'm on, I share about my own confidence building journey, and I share content to inspire women to embrace their own leadership potential. And so, if this is something that appeals to you, definitely, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Follow me on other platforms. I have my link tree. It is in the description. And so, definitely, if this appeals to you or someone you know, get this out to them. Thank you for joining me. So, today is day two of a challenge that I'm doing to share some journaling prompts from my own journal called Rise, Thrive, and Flourish that you can find on Amazon. And so, I'm going to do an excerpt from this journal today, and I think I'll do day eight. And so the prompt is identify a situation where you felt limited by fear of judgment. Identify a situation where you felt limited by the fear of judgment. Woo! Now that's a deep topic. I'm coming in today strong and quick, right? Gonna go ahead and deal with some things. And so I'll share yeah, I've had a myriad of these kind of situations. One of them is I was really hesitant to start a YouTube channel for the fear of judgment, for fear about things like not getting it right, saying the wrong things, stumbling over my words. What will I create content around all the time? And just definitely the root of that was I was giving too much room to other people's opinion of me, and I wasn't making enough room for what I'm called to do. Right. And so, if I am supposed to be inspiring women to embrace their leadership potential, if I am here to share my journey on my self belief, on building my self confidence, then that's exactly what I need to be doing. Right. And so, one of the things that definitely got me over that potential fear of judgment was journaling. So, I would write a situation where I felt limited by a fear of judgment was I was hesitant to start my YouTube channel, right? What would you have done differently if that fear wasn't a factor? I'll share if that fear was not a factor, I would have started this channel 2 years ago, probably, right? If I wasn't given so much room to the fear of judgment, to what other people thought of me, to my own fears of failure, to feeling like I'm not perfect enough, ready enough, whatever, fill in the blank enough, right? And I'm starting now, and that's a good thing, but I could have started then as well. So if I'm being honest, this fear of judgment has held me up, right? It's held me up and potentially those that I'm called to impact. If you want to think about it from a bigger perspective that's beyond myself, which I often do. And so what you would do is you have your prompt, you write it down. You keep writing if you feel so inclined, or you stop and you just sit with whatever comes up for you in that moment. And so I will say, just looking at the word or the phrase fear of judgment, it's brought up a lot because I can identify so many times in my life where I did operate under a fear of judgment. And a lot of it was just, well, what would people think about me doing this thing, right? Me, in the sentence, being like, maybe I'm not worthy. Maybe I don't qualify. Maybe I'm not ready. Ask yourself some of those same questions too, though. Are there areas where maybe you're hesitant that you're called to, but because you have a fear of judgment of others, what will people think? What will they say when they see it's me? Or something as simple as, well, who am I to tell people to journal? Who am I to tell people to build their self confidence? Or whatever that thing is for you, you may be struggling with, well, who am I to tell people whatever you're called to share? Right? Or whatever you're called to share, it doesn't have to be verbal. Who am I to make beautiful artwork? Who am I to advise a person that's 3 years my junior on what the mistakes I've made at work? Who am I? Right? And often that's just rooted in we have an overinflated view of other people's opinions, right? So we may have them in the wrong place. Their opinion shouldn't be so high that it stops you from doing what you're called to do. We could have a fear of our own built up fears of failure, right? Which also maybe you have your own opinion of yourself a little too high, and maybe you need to bring it down a notch so that you're compassionate with yourself when you make mistakes, which you will. I make them all the time making these videos, and I don't edit them out. I don't edit them out because I don't want everything to be so perfect, that I set the bar so high that on days when I'm not feeling the greatest or the most perfect, I decide not to record a video. That's what it would become for me if I allow even my own opinion or my own pressure to make me put myself up too high on a pedestal, right? That's my journey. But what about you? We all have something that we're called to do that we may be holding back on. And it may not have anything to do with impacting others, right? It could be the impact could just be yours and no one may ever know it, but you know it. Maybe you want to learn how to swim, but you have a fear of learning. No one has to know if you're taking swim lessons, right? Maybe you just have a fear of heights. And so you won't get on a plane and catch a flight to where you really want to go. Right. So I'm not suggesting, or I don't mean to imply that everything you're doing is connected to this bigger picture that's going to impact the world, but it's impacting you and it's impacting your world. And so it's important. All I'm saying is that a fear of judgment, whether that judgment is on the outside of us or on the inside of us, does not need to continue to hold us back. And I'm talking to you and I'm talking to myself at the same time. So I am preaching to the choir. I'm in the background and I'm listening to myself and I'm talking all at the same time. And so this isn't a condemnation message. This is just a message of, hey, get this journal, start dealing with some things, start writing it out, start, investigating, grappling with, thinking about however you like to phrase that for you, just various subjects. Today's subject, though, is a fear of judgment. Again, the next question: what would you have done differently if that fear wasn't a factor? Y'all, if fear isn't a factor, what would we be doing? Oh my goodness, I probably have a list. Now that I'm talking again, I'm preaching to myself. What would I be doing different if I didn't have a fear factor? Fear of other people's judgments, fears of this, fears of that. What would I be different? Now, I'm not also suggesting that the fear will go away just because you write about it. No, the fear may still be there. I am suggesting that you explore that fear and move past it. You may even have to do whatever the thing is, afraid. Often, I don't let go of the fear. I just do the thing anyway. The fear is still there, trying to tell me, hey, you shouldn't do that, or hey, don't do that's too much. I still do the thing anyway, with fear just playing in the background, right? So again, I'm not saying that fear will magically go away. Whatever that fear is, the fear of judgment of others, the fear of your own, makings, your own fearful thoughts, whatever, you just may have to step out there. And what often happens is once you jump out there and you just get started with whatever that thing is, the fear will start to dissipate. It may not 100% go away, but it may not be as strong, right? Maybe it goes from being 100% to like 70%. And then you continue to do that thing, and then the fear dissipates even more. And so, yeah, just wanted to share that prompt for you today. And I'm going to make sure that I leave the prompt in the notes of the show or in a comment so that you can have that written down. If you like so far what you're experiencing with me sharing these days, make sure you go to Amazon, grab your own copy. It's nice. It's different sizes to it. This one is easy to fold, easy to bend. I love a book or a journal that's easy to fold or bend, right? It's just so nice. You can slip it in your purse, your bag. It can be by your bedside. It can be on your table. It's just really easy to hold in your hand and really easy for you to carry with you. And so again, I am Kimberly Carter, and I am so glad to have you here with me today, sharing in this journaling journey. I create content to help women connect to their self-belief, to work to build up their self-confidence, and to step into leadership, continue to rise, and do what they're called to do. Please like my channel, subscribe, and share this content. Until next time, thank you for joining me and have a great day.